Morning. Good morning. Let's see if we're working today. I've got even more new tech stuff that I'm testing out. So, good morning. Welcome to Hug Nation Live, a daily practice of gratitude and connection. Thank you for being here. Thank you for adding your energy and your gratitude. Ah, what are you grateful for? I'm grateful for the song in my heart. I'm grateful you're here for the start. I'm grateful to share the good cheer. I'm grateful that you'll give your ear because we're sharing gratitude and it's gonna make a happy day. And it's time to share our gratitude. And I can't wait to hear what you say. Good morning, Gerbot. I have a question. Oh, uh, my Restream tool just said this would be better if you shot this in portrait mode. And I'm like, I thought that was only for Instagram it'd be better. Like, are you watching this on a phone or a computer? I guess that would determine. I guess even I wonder if this is live. If you watch a Facebook or a live broadcast on YouTube, is does it show you portrait mode? I mean, I could certainly do that. Just gotta make a few changes. It's doable for shizzle. And actually, that actually would make for. Well, I guess it depends on where I plan to save things and how I don't know. Well, I'm grateful today that I've got one more sleep before Lisa returns from her retreat. I got a call from her yesterday. It was so nice to hear that things are going incredible. I'm grateful that tomorrow night she's and her retreat mates are going to be having a concert in San Diego. So I'm grateful I get to go hear some uplifting music. Gearbot says, I prefer horizontal, but I'm old. I know, me too. I prefer desktop to doing almost everything, except for like listening to podcasts while I'm walking. I am grateful for the new Superman movie. I watched it last night and I loved it. It didn't have the best reviews, but I had fun. I really enjoyed. Yeah, it was a fun ride. And I appreciated the villains, the Superman. I could have done without the super dog, but I get it. You got to make a movie. You got to have. Oh. Good morning. Gerbot is grateful. My car is back from service. Sweet. I'm grateful that I got my new computer up and running. I'm actually broadcasting right now using my new laptop. I was using an older, not that old, but a MacBook Air with 2 monitors, and you can do it, but can you kinda hack it to do it, and I was it w the program that allows for the double monitors on my, uh, what do you call it? On the activity monitor, it was showing a large percentage of the CPU was going to power the 2 monitors, and so that's problematic, especially when I was doing broadcasting and my computer was slowing down. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I got to take down them. And then it was crashing a bunch. So I was like, well, I need to start using a computer that is made to power multiple desktops. Because like video editing, you don't need to, but it's way easier to video edit it when you've got more screen area for timelines and um, playback and things. So I am grateful for this new computer that I think I've got 90% set up so that I can be functional on it. Maybe 95%. I should say that I decided to set it up from scratch as opposed to importing all the settings and all the programs from my old computer. And when you set up a Mac, it says, do you want to just basically like grab the time machine backup from your last computer? And I wanted to start from scratch and not take all the legacy things that I downloaded over the past few years. Because occasionally you try a program or you try a tool and it seems fine, but you never know if it's got kludgy, inefficient code stuck somewhere in your computer. So I'm starting from scratch with a fresh new hard drive. Woohoo! Good morning, High Noon. Good morning. High Noon says, grateful for being here now. Good evening, Chris in France. Chris says, I'm grateful for the veggies from my garden. Badass. Nothing like eating something that you grew. Man, I am disappointed with. Good morning, Juan. I got this. I'm gonna have to uninstall one thing on this browser, but that's a browser thing that automatically came across when I reopened. I reinstalled Chrome on the new computer, and it pulled an extension that I think I need to get rid of. I'm tired of it. Heinen says, it's a learning curve to have new electronics. Good patience. It's also exciting. I've got more space, more hard drive, more memory. So there's things that I've been unable to do in the past. Oh, I realize my microphone's kind of far away. Things I've been unable to do in the past that I should be able to do now, like merging old photos libraries I've got all these old libraries, and I'm going to try that today. I'm going to see if I can merge some old libraries now that I think I have the computing power to do so. Also a tech advanced thing. I've been testing, and I just moved over the Stay Sparked podcast from the site that was on to Zencastr. Zencastr is a much better tool for recording podcasts because I've been using Zoom, which is fine, but it records multiple people into the cloud. But what Zencastr does, it records the cloud and it records locally. So even if somebody's internet goes down, it gets high quality from everyone's local recording, and then it syncs it up in the cloud, and then you get it. So I had Justin, who is our guest for this week on Stay Sparked, which is a great episode talking about game theory, game design, and a lot of Burning Man related stuff to that. So it's really good. It was filled with. He's a great guest. He was very wise and interesting and concise and well spoken. But he recommended Zencastr, and then I looked online, and a lot of people recommend it. So I tested it yesterday with my brother, and the other thing that's great about it is when we record with Shonda, Jimmy, and I for Hard on the 80s. If you ever watched our podcast we talk about 80s movies. Sometimes we're like laughing. One of us is laughing while the other one's talking. And Zoom, it basically only records one person at a time, and so it reduces the laughter, and it makes it so much less fun to listen to when you don't hear Shonda's laughing. So this way, with the local recording, it allows for like 3 people laughing all to be recorded, and then in the mix, it just sounds like awesome laughter as opposed to the computerized muting of people in the background. Little insight into the things that stress me out and that I work on behind the scenes. High Noon says, grateful for sharing this YouTube space with you, Juan, and Gerbot, and anyone else who is here. We've got a intimate crew Looks like there's 6 people total listening right now. So happy hump day to Juan, High Noon, Gearbot, and anyone else who might be here. And if you are here, drop a little comment. Let us know what you're grateful for or where you are. Man, I need to uninstall this thing. Juan says, I'm grateful for how much John cares about all of us as individuals. My true pleasure. There is, as the world becomes more and more automated and AI agentified, connections with real humans is the greatest treasure there is. Even if it's through digital means, through these tools, I treasure the unique humans and the attention that we give one another. What else is there? So hopefully, and I was already paying for hosting for the podcasts on the other site that I don't have it on. I don't even have it up at my new computer. What was it? I don't know. And so Zencastr, I was able to migrate all the old episodes over to Zencastr and then pay for hosting through Zencastr and get the recording tool for just like $5 a month more than I was paying for hosting. So worth it. And then I can use Zencastr to record. This is too many details that no one cares about. Anyway, the point is I'm investing time into learning technologies to try to make the long-term things better. New computer, new software, new tools, trying to make things better. Good morning, JM. Good morning, Sherry. Sherry says, I am grateful for rain. It's been a while since we've had some rain in San Diego, so I am grateful for your rain. I'm grateful for a nice cool morning. I opened the windows last night and woke up and the house was 66 today, which is so nice to have a nice cool house. And then I went for a walk this morning, and as soon as I even had a long sleeve shirt and sweatpants, and as soon as I got in the sun, I'm like, oh nope, there it's warm again. But grateful for cooler weather. Grateful that I walked in this morning and got my physical therapy. I'm grateful that I've got physical therapy today. Although I'm going to be honest, it's taken practice for me to stay. I feel like it's not getting any better, and I feel like I have something wrong in my shoulder. And I'm kind of in the back of my mind, I'm pissed off at the medical system we have. Like, I should get an MRI on my shoulder, and they so are reluctant to do that. And so I'm probably going to have to go go get an MRI and then give it to my doctor. Because even if I do it through my insurance, it'll be super fucking expensive. But if I do it on my own, it's, $300 or something like that. Frustrating. Also, I'm just so frustrated with my insurance. It's basically it basically covers nothing. I've got my copay for my physical therapy today is $60. So I'm going in every couple of weeks for $60, and they're like, okay, you're not getting any better. Keep doing these exercises. And I like my physical therapist, but I'm like, I'm confessing this because this is an area where I am struggling to be grateful for this process. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm being foolhardy by trusting my doctors, and if I need to be more proactive, because it just doesn't feel. It's frustrating. I haven't been able to lift or do a push up for 8 months. JM says it's 6:15 p.m. in Germany. Just woke up from a nap. Well, good evening and good morning from your nap. Uh, Juan says get an MRI in TJ. Oh, hadn't thought about that. I know people that do their dentistry in TJ, but I hadn't thought about um, get an MRI. Good tip. Actually, I have a friend who is a pain specialist in San Diego, so I would probably go see him and have him give me some guidance. But because he's a friend, I try not to take advantage of it or waste his time. Any last gratitudes? JM says, or go to India. India has great healthcare. Well, that that might not be as cost effective because getting to India might be tough. And also, if I'm going to be totally honest, I think it's too hot for me in India. I used to have fantasies and travel lust, and I wanted to go to India, but now it looks so, I feel like I'd be so uncomfortable. So it's no longer on my list. Heineken says, I've been struggling with the medical world as well with having cerebral palsy and getting the money to access physical therapy and other things I need to stay in balance. So I will say thank you for your patience as I have dabbled in areas other than gratitude this morning. So maybe we'll spend a little time returning to gratitude before we head out into the day. I'm grateful that I am going to see my mom today and return some things. I'm grateful that First Saturdays is coming up this weekend, so I get to gift and be of service. I am grateful for all the things working well with technology. I am grateful that I have a friend joining me for coffee and might see another friend this afternoon and physical therapy. So much good stuff happening. I am grateful. I'm grateful that I have the time and patience to attend to my favorite plant is has got a little pest thing that I need to wipe its leaves periodically, and uh, I'm grateful that I am noticing it. I would be devastated if I lost that plant. It's this massive ZZ plant, biggest you've ever seen. India's Jam is saying the monsoon season just ended. It's perfect time to visit. Well, food for thought, curry for thought. Gearbot says, grateful for power in the wall that makes my life in the future possible. Huzzah! Thank you for that reminder. Yes, thank you for electricity and all the things that are plug in the wall that I take for granted. These computers, I've got air conditioning, refrigeration, microwave, coffee maker. Got a car outside I'm going to drive. I've got lights on in this room, illuminating this world. Having independently of the sunlight, I can illuminate my world. Woohoo! Hooray, future. Well, I'm grateful for having a few moments together to share and talk and remember all the things to be grateful for. Thanks for being here. Thanks for reminding one another that the world is filled with beautiful people. I'm realizing this new chair is not necessarily encouraging me to sit well. I think that's one reason I've been having more back problems lately. I might need to adjust how I'm sitting for my body. Grateful for a body that is functioning so well, and grateful for the awareness to try to keep it healthy. Some love mornings are filled with wit and insight. Sometimes it's just a little bit of connection. Heinen says, I'm grateful for the access I have had and keep up with the physical therapy I've been doing and the one side of my body to mirror for the other side. I'm grateful for sharing my struggles. Love y'all. And with that, wherever you are, let's give ourselves a big old hug, big old squeeze, appreciating our bodies, appreciating our ever healing systems, appreciating one another and the opportunities ahead of us as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of us, thank you for joining me today. Go forth and spread the gratitude and good vibes. Love you. Thanks, Gearbot. Thanks, Heinen. Thanks, JM and Juan and anyone else who might still be here. Love you.